pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Alex, if we could have roll call, please.
Counselor Thompson. Here. Counselor Demas.
Here.
Counselor Pedri.
Here.
Counselor Hickerson.
Here.
Counselor Zadi.
Here.
Counselor Hanson.
Here.
Counselor Batolo.
Here.
Counselor Robinson.
Here.
Mayor Mickelson.
Here. Okay, on this evening's consent agenda, we have the approval of the City Council meeting minutes of May 21st, 2024, the Joint Powers Combined Communications Board meeting minutes of April 29th, 2024, and a certificate of appreciation from the National Veterans Awareness Ride. Council, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Batolo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay, the motion carries unanimously, bringing us to presentations and proclamations. And first up, we have Logan McCann presenting an Eagle Scout project. So if you'd please approach the podium and share with us, that would be great.
It's over. I'd like to pass down these packets.
Take the pass.
Hello, Rock Springs City Council. I've come before you guys today because I would like to propose my Eagle Scout project for my troop. I would like to build a Gaga ball pit. It is a 20 by 20 foot Gaga ball pit, and I would like to build it in Arthur Park. I believe this could benefit the community because currently Rock Springs does not have a Gaga ball pit. This is a popular game for scouts and some church groups. I would like to build this in July of 2024. And the exact construction date has not been determined just yet. But what is Gaga? The instructions are you'll need a ball, at least three people. Everyone will be in separate sides of the pit. Then one person will serve the ball by rolling it to a random person. It must not hit the person's legs or they will be out of the game. Each player can roll the ball to other players trying to eliminate them. The rules are players may not throw the ball at other players, only roll. Players must serve or pass next to the walls. Players must only enter the pit through the entrance, and players must treat the pit with utmost care. And if you see on the second page, these are the base design, not the final design, but one of the base designs of what it's going to look like. And if you see here, I have a 3D designed version. And what I need from Rock Springs City Council is I would like permission to construct the 20 by 20 foot Gaga ball pit in Arthur Park between the playground and the disc golf area. You'll see in the picture below, towards the bottom right corner, you'll see a black circle. That circle is the general area I would like to build this. The project will be funded through fundraising and direct donations from local businesses. If the city of Rock Springs would like to donate, that would be greatly appreciated, but it's not required. Then, bottom of the page, I have my contact information, my mother's information. If you have any further questions,
I have a question.
of course.
What kind of ball are we using?
It could be a soccer ball, a kickball. It could anything you can kick without hurting someone.
Okay.
So thanks to, the internet and YouTube, I'd never heard of Gaga Ball before, so I just pulled it up to see kind of what it is. It looks like it would be dangerous for anybody my age or around my age. But it looks kind of like a dodgeball and a cage match thrown together with... So the example that I'm watching right now is set up basically on a basketball court. Do you need, can it be done on grass? Do you need a paved area to set it up, or do you have a preference?
It doesn't matter, but I was hoping to do it on the undeveloped kind of ground because I don't want to ruin any sort of habitat or environment for any critters, bugs, or anything like that. And when I was observing the actual area, I saw multiple places where the ground was level. It would not affect any sort of bug, animal, any sort of little critters there. And that's why I was hoping to do it on like just plain dirt, because it'd be easier to put post into the ground so it's more solid and it will last a lot longer.
Your Honor? I have a few questions. When you do start, do you have an idea how long it'll take you to build this out?
Probably just a day, maybe 2 days, depending on how many people.
Okay, and what is your estimated cost of this?
My estimated cost was, with this design, it was going to be around $600 to $700. But in the packet, it says that I will provide all the funding. I'll provide all of the manpower, workforce for this.
Okay. What are you building it out of?
Wood, some metal supports on the sides, but of course the posts are going to be wood.
Can it be built to where it is semi-permanent? You can move around.
I can make it like that, yes.
Have you started fundraising yet?
I have not, just because what I was determining was if this was going to be permanent or temporary, because if it's going to be more permanent, the post would have been deeper and there would have been concrete. If it was temporary, I would not put any concrete, and I would have just put the post, and they would have been easily been able to take out of the ground.
Okay, have you contacted our Parks Department or any of that yet?
I have not just yet.
Okay.
As far as temporary, my concern would be vandalism, wind. I think a more permanent structure would be more feasible.
Which I would like as well.
Have you considered any other locations?
I have. The first location I thought of was Bunning Park, but at the same time, I didn't want to destroy any grass or natural habitat for creatures or anything like that. But it is a possible location.
I would suggest that you speak with Mr. Severud, this gentleman right here. He would be able to guide you through the process. I'm not picking up a general tone from the council that anybody thinks it's a bad idea. So I think we are fine with that. But he's the gentleman that you'd want to visit with about moving forward with your project and finding the best location and how it would suit the city's needs. So good luck with your project and with your fundraising. And JJ, if you can, perfect. So you guys can be in touch and we can move forward.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Your Honor, on that, I knew what it was. If anybody watches Bob's Burgers, there is an episode that talks about that.
Really?
And it was for kids. It was for kids that didn't want to play dodgeball and get hit in the face.
Oh,
So
they
you
played.
roll them towards the feet.
Nice.
I
like
watch
it.
cartoons.
Bob's Burgers is a great show. Okay. Well, that brings us to our proclamations. And first up, we have a proclamation for Pride Month. And I see lots of folks here to support that. Would anybody like to address us before I read the proclamation?
We just want to invite everybody to Pride Fest happening at Bunning Park this weekend on Saturday. It's 11 to 3. And we have a lot of activities and fun for the whole family.
Very good. Okay. With that, the City of Rock Springs recognizes the inherent dignity and equal rights of all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. The month of June has been designated as Pride Month, a time to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community, acknowledge the progress made in the fight for equality, and reflect on the challenges that still exist. The City of Rock Springs is committed to fostering a community that embraces diversity, inclusion, and respect for all residents, regardless of their background or identity. We affirm the importance of creating a safe and welcoming environment for all residents, free from discrimination and harassment, where everyone can live, work, and thrive without fear or prejudice. We recognize the valuable contributions that LGBTQ+ individuals make to the cultural, social, and economic vibrancy of our city. While society increasingly supports LGBTQ plus equality, it is essential to acknowledge that the need for more conversations and awareness remains vital to end discrimination and prejudice. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Max Mickelson, Mayor of the City of Rock Springs, do hereby proclaim June 2024 to be Pride Month in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and I urge all residents to join in celebrating the diversity that makes our city strong and vibrant, and to work together to build a future where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. In an effort to raise awareness for this important issue, the community is further encouraged to attend the Pride celebration on June 8th, 2024 in Bunning Park. So with that, if everybody who's here for Pride wants to go right down here in this front row, we'll all go down and get a picture together.
My daughter was embarrassed.
No. Thank you.
I would say do a side.
Oh, I get to hold
Does somebody go ahead? All right. More diversified than I am.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, bud. Alrighty, guys, say cheese. Gouda. Queso. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so go back to, I would guess.
I'll tell you later. Okay. Next up, we have a proclamation for Men's Health Month. Men's Health Month is a part of an ongoing international effort to educate men, boys, and their families about receiving regular disease prevention screenings and living healthier lifestyles. Nationwide, life expectancy for men averages 5 years fewer than that of women, with men experiencing higher rates of health problems such as diabetes, obesity, cancer, heart disease, and premature mortality. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating impact on men's health in the United States, dropping men's life expectancy by 2 years. Men's Health Month is a time for the public to recognize the mental and physical health needs of men and boys while encouraging fathers to be role models for their children through preventative health screenings, healthy living, and seeking needed help. The growing epidemic of suicide and substance abuse requires special effort to raise awareness of unrecognized and undiagnosed depression and mental stress in boys and men. The centerpiece of Men's Health Month is National Men's Health Week, a special awareness period passed by Congress and signed into law by President Bill Clinton on May 21st, 1994. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Max Mickelson, Mayor of the City of Rock Springs, do hereby declare the month of June 2024 to be Men's Health Month in the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and encourage all of our citizens to pursue preventative health practices and early detection efforts throughout the year. And we don't have anybody. No one cares about men's health. No one showed up for that. Thanks. Fair. Okay. So that brings us to petitions and public comment. If anybody would like to address the council and I, please step forward and identify yourself by name and who, if any, organization you represent.
This time I don't have to be told to come down here. My name is Danielle Rushing, and I'm here representing To Write Love on Her Arms. I'm giving everyone an update on our 5K. So we have raised, as of today, $1,631. So $631 over our initial goal. We are currently team number 6 in the world in terms of how much money we've raised. The only reason I say number 6 and not number 5 is because the big team, the To Write Love on Her Arms team, is obviously number 1. So we are still raising funds. If you guys still want to donate, get a hold of me. I can send you the donate link. I believe they are accepting donations through the 15th. So if you would like to donate, get a hold of me. JJ tried to donate earlier. It's going to happen. It's really, really nice to see how much money we've raised. On average, that money, that $1,600, about $200 to $300 goes to each individual person. So we've been able to help, at the very most, 8 people get drug and alcohol rehabilitation, therapy, suicide postvention care. This is a big deal. So the more money that we can raise, the more that we can do, the better. And keep an eye out for next year's 5K. I fully expect even more of you to show up. I know it'll probably be around the same kind of Memorial Day weekend, but we can schedule before or after, which I might do next year, so that a certain few of you can be there this time. So thank you to everyone at Council and City Hall who donated and supported.
I will be
Appreciate
in
you.
Big Piney on Memorial Day. Just FYI, so everyone knows.
We'll do it a different week,
Okay,
just to make sure
fair.
you can be there next year.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mackenzie Bertinoli, and I have an ice cream van called Ice Ice Baby Mobile Ice Cream. And I just submitted all of my paperwork for the mobile food truck license. And my concern is I'm paying for a monthly fee, it's $25. So for being a seasonal vendor, I'm paying the full, basically what a person pays for a year on the license. So what I'm looking at, what my motivation here is trying to get the fee schedule changed so the seasonal people don't have to pay as much. It's really hard on us small guys. We don't make as much as a food truck makes, so those fees kind of really hit us hard when we're trying to start out. And also there's an occupation tax, which I would think that the mobile food truck license should be, in itself a license. I don't know why we would need to pay the additional occupation tax for a mobile vending unit that's sitting in my driveway. So I went in and I to planning and zoning, and the gentleman in there, he's got a lawn care business, so he's kind of in the same boat that I'm in. And he said that you guys were working on changing some of the ordinances, so I was looking at maybe trying to get that done. And I think that was everything that I had for.
Okay. So I've never had a mobile business, and so I'm not personally familiar with it, but we're certainly happy to take a look at it and see what the reasoning was behind that schedule. And if some adjustments are needed, then we'll get them made. We are looking at a recodification process, which involves bringing in a consultant to review all of our city ordinances.
Mm-hmm.
Their process, once they start, takes 12 to 16 months. And then we would begin our process of updating and sort of, modifying ordinances. So that is working, but you're talking about a 4 to 6 year
Take some time.
process.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at the fee schedules is something that we can do in a much shorter time frame.
Right,
So-
because they say in 4 months I'm paying the $100 that everybody's paying for, the year license plus the additional $50 for the
Yeah, and
occupation tax.
if I was
so.
to wander out into guessing, I would imagine that when we put that in place, there wasn't thought, what if someone is doing a temporary license?
Seasonal.
Seasonal
Yeah.
for 6 months, and then they're paying more than somebody who's doing the annual.
Right.
So we'll have a look at it and see what we can come up with.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And no chickens today, but I will be back for that.
You didn't have like a mobile chicken,
Well, I do like to sell eggs, so additional to ice cream and candy.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. Would anyone else like to address this? Okay. Seeing no one, I will close petitions and public comment and move on to bills and claims, starting with the bills and claims for June 4th, 2024. Council, do I have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus?
I make a motion to approve the bills and claims for June 4th, 2024.
Thank you. Is there a second? Thank you, Councilor Robinson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
I'll be abstaining.
I'll be abstaining also.
The motion carries with Councilors Pedri and Thompson abstaining, bringing us to the salaries for May 22nd, 2024. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus?
I make a motion to approve the salaries for May 22nd, 2024.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Abstaining.
Abstaining.
Okay, the motion carries with Councilors Thompson and Pedri abstaining. Bringing us to our first item of new business this evening, a request from the Family Recreation Center for permission to fill a vacant recreation supervisor position. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Botello. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, taking us to a request from the Water Reclamation Facility for permission to fill a vacant Water Reclamation Facility Operator 1 position. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. The next is a request from the Family Recreation Center for permission to purchase or use Zamboni for the ice arena. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hanson?
I move to approve this request.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, taking us to a request from the Urban Renewal Agency for permission to apply for a T-Mobile hometown grant to resurface the parking area between the 600 and 700 blocks of Pilot Butte Avenue. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilor Botello. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Demus. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, taking us to a request from the Police Department for permission to apply for the 2025 Highway Safety Behavioral Program Grant. I forgot to breathe for a second. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Robinson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously. Next up is a request from the Police Department for permission to apply for the Bulletproof Vest Grant. Do we
Your
have-
Honor.
Councilor Hanson.
I move to approve this request.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Robinson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Our next item is a request for 2 malt beverage permits for the International Days event on July 12th, 2024 from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. and July 13th, 2024 from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. at Bunning Park. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Botello. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Abstain. My wife is on the committee for International Days, and I write the general liability and liquor liability for the event.
Okay, thank you. The motion carries with Councilor Zadi abstaining, bringing us to our final item of new business.
Real professional.
Sounded like a police radio. A request from the Rock Springs Pride Committee for permission to serve malt beverages at their Pride Fest event on June 8th, 2024 from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Bunning Park. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilor Robinson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Botello. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Taking us to resolutions, we only have one this evening because we did 300 last time. Resolution 2024-78.
A resolution accepting and approving an addendum to employee Assistance Program Agreement between Jerry Post, Psych D, PC, and the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and authorizing Max Mickelson as the mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Matthew L. McBurnett as the city clerk of the City of Rock Springs to execute said agreement on behalf of the city.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demus.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2024-78.
And do we have a second?
I'll second. I just want to comment as well, when we were going over negotiations, I can't remember the number of visits that are allowed currently, but I was surprised that it's not utilized to its fullest extent. And I would encourage employees, if there is a need, to please utilize these benefits for your well-being and those of your family and everybody else. And I fully support this request, this resolution.
Thank you. And I would note, because through this change, I learned the city prepays for a certain number of visits, whether they're used or not. So if people are holding back because they don't want to cost the city anything, that's not a good reason, because we already paid. So I agree, Councilor Zadi. It's a good service and they should use it. With that, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, bringing us to our ordinances this evening. And first up, we have 2024-04, which is on its third reading, so we will look to take action.
An ordinance renaming a portion of Grant Street to Art Castillo Way.
Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hickerson?
I move to approve Resolution 2024-04.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Demus. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Alex, if you would, please.
Councilor Demus,
Yes.
Councilor Pedri,
Yes.
Councilor Hickerson,
Yes.
Councilor Zadi,
Yes.
Councilor Hanson,
Definitely yes.
Councilor Batolo,
Yes.
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Thompson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Okay, passes unanimously, and that takes us to ordinance 2024-05, which is also on its third reading.
An ordinance creating Article 11-13 of the ordinances of the City of Rock Springs entitled Level 3 Communications LLC and its affiliates, subsidiaries, successors, or assigns within Chapter 11? Franchises and right-of-ways.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hickerson?
I move to approve ordinance 2024-05.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Robinson. Any discussion? None?
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Batolo,
Yes.
Councilor Hanson,
Yes.
Councilor Zadi,
Yes.
Councilor Hickerson,
Yes.
Councilor Pedri,
Yes.
Councilor Demus,
Yes.
Councilor Thompson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Motion carries unanimously. Taking us to ordinance 2024-06, and I happened to bump into that nice fella from SWAT today, and he told me he was heading to Green River, and I asked him if he could just hold off for 2 more weeks so that we made sure we beat him. But not really, no.
An ordinance of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, designating certain public road right-of-ways, streets, or roads in the City of Rock Springs as Wyoming off-road recreational vehicle trails and allowing designated right-of-ways and streets as off-road recreational trails by the State of Wyoming Department of State Parks and Cultural Resources.
Thank you. Council, do you have any discussion to have on this ordinance through this reading? Okay, which takes us to ordinance 2024-07, which is on its first reading. And I do have comments after we get through the reading part.
An ordinance amending Section 1-604C of the ordinances of the City of Rock Springs entitled Adopting the Personnel Policies and Procedures Relating to City of Rock Springs Employees and adopting revised personnel policies.
Thank you. Council, I would ask that we table this ordinance on some further discussion. We've had some concerns raised, and we need to go back and look at it before moving forward. So if that would be your pleasure, I would look for a motion. Yes, sir.
I'd move to table ordinance 2407.
Thank you. Councilor Zadi, do we have a second?
Second. Oh.
Thank you, Councilor Demus. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, can we do without a roll call on a motion to table? And just do a voice vote?
Since we're dealing with, Your Honor, since we're dealing with ordinances, I think that the council's made it clear that they'd like to see those votes take place by individual voice
It's
vote.
an extra 30 seconds.
No, it's fine.
So I think we should probably go ahead and
Okay.
have an individual voice vote on who's in favor of tabling the ordinance.
Thank you for that clarification. Alex, if you will, please.
Counselor Pedri,
Yes.
Counselor Hickerson,
Yes.
Counselor Zadi,
Yes.
Counselor Hanson,
Yes.
Counselor Batolo,
Yes.
Counselor Robinson,
Yes.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Demas,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. And that takes us to our next ordinance on a first reading, which I would also look for the same, tabling 2024-08.
Your Honor, I move to table.
You, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, so Counselor Batolo moves to table, and Counselor Demas seconds, and Alex, if you'd run us through, please.
Counselor Batolo,
Yes.
Counselor Hanson,
Yes.
Counselor Zadi,
Yes.
Counselor Hickerson,
Just to be different, no.
Counselor Pedri,
Yes.
Counselor Demas,
Yes.
Counselor Thompson,
Yes.
Counselor Robinson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes, the motion carries with 8 yeses and 1 smart alecky from Counselor Hickerson, bringing us to our final ordinance of this evening on its first reading, 2024-09.
An ordinance amending Article 3-2 of the ordinances of the City of Rock Springs entitled Offenses Concerning Public Morals and Decencies.
Council, do you have any discussion or questions about this ordinance?
Your Honor,
Counselor Hickerson?
I know you're not Chief First Bomber unless.
You might not want my opinion.
No. Do we have somewhat up-to-date public intoxication arrests and all that? Do we track that fairly well?
So I don't have current ones, however, I can get those provided to you guys for your next meeting.
Yeah, because it'd be great to see what the difference is before this takes effect versus hopefully after it takes effect.
Absolutely, and I feel like vandalism.
Yeah, you know, the common people drinking too much and getting out of hand crimes, I guess. I got them from Cheyenne and Casper. I haven't seen any from us.
Sure, I can make a note and have those available for you during your next staff meeting.
Your Honor. Commander, could you also include just the open container citations as well on that?
Oh, yeah, smart.
Well, you know,
You used to be a cop.
a broken clock is right twice a day.
Anyone else?
Your Honor,
Counselor Petrie?
Commander Salazar, what is your opinion?
Oh, God.
Right, so my feeling is the businesses downtown are probably going to be the burden of this new ordinance, because if you guys have ever been downtown on a weekend night and then go back like Sunday morning, you will see the broken beer bottles, stuff overturned, vomit on the sidewalks. I just feel like giving them an all-day kind of window.
So you're saying
Are allowed to walk around, and that's just my personal opinion. It might.
don't go downtown Sunday morning.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it might snowball into causing other criminal activity, as we're all aware that certain businesses downtown kind of, I guess, are the hub for those individuals, and I'm just worried that it's gonna now expand to businesses that aren't usually affected by that population.
It's my understanding, if we move forward with this ordinance, that there will be requirements of the businesses that are selling alcohol in terms of identifying where it's come from. So it's not bring your own